In the name of the most merciful, for whom these words are said, we recount the noble Seerah of his Prophet Mohammed.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, everybody, and welcome back to Seerah with Salaah, where we continue our journey towards understanding the life of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So let's proceed with chapter 23, Battle of Uhud. Continuing on the previous chapter on the preparation of the Battle of Uhud, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam slowly led his army out of Medina. At this point, the Muslims had about 700 to 800 warriors with only a few horses. But the Quraysh had an army of 3,000 with 200 horses and 200 camels. Abu Sufyan was the leader of the Quraysh army. When the Muslims arrived at Uhud, the place of the battle, Muhammad ﷺ set up a group of archers on the top of a hill so that they could have a good view of the land and that they would be able to protect the Muslims in the battle. Muhammad ﷺ strictly told the archers to not get off of the hill, even if they saw that the Quraysh were getting defeated. They were instructed not to move until Muhammad ﷺ came to them and told them that they could. When the battle started, the Muslims fought fiercely and the archers could see that the Quraysh were not doing so well and they were about to retreat. The archers that were on top of the hill, they wanted to be a part of the army that defeated the Quraysh. So they started making their way down the hill. But the leader of the archers reminded them that Muhammad ﷺ said that they should not retreat until he says so. But the rest insisted that they wanted to go down, so they did. When the archers made their way down the hill, the Quraysh saw an opportunity to turn the battle around. The Quraysh went around the hill and came to the same spot where the archers were standing and attacked the Muslims. In just a few minutes, the Muslims were in great danger. The Quraysh came from every single side and attacked the Muslims. Many Muslims tried to protect Muhammad ﷺ with their shields. But while doing so, many of them got injured. The bravest of them all was Talha bin Ubaidullah radiallahu anhu. When the Meccans started shooting arrows at the Muslims, Talha radiallahu anhu had no shield to protect Muhammad ﷺ with. So he used his bare hands and his own body to protect him with. Both of his hands were pierced while protecting Muhammad ﷺ's face. So in the end, Talha lost both of his hands and the Quraysh managed to knock Muhammad ﷺ on the ground unconscious. The Quraysh had thought that they won the battle because they killed most of the Muslims and even Muhammad ﷺ. But after Muhammad ﷺ regained consciousness, Muhammad ﷺ told his companions to not let the Quraysh know that he was alive. The Muslims retreated while the Quraysh were celebrating on their victory. Soon, the Quraysh realized that Muhammad ﷺ was still alive. But they still counted that as a victory because they weakened most of the Muslim army. Even though the Muslims lost the battle, they did not lose faith in Allah. Also, the dream that Muhammad ﷺ had seen came true because he lost his dear uncle Hamza radiallahu anhu. The archers that disobeyed Muhammad ﷺ and moved from their position were a big reason for the loss of the Battle of Uhud. It shows how important it is to listen and to obey Muhammad ﷺ, for them and even for us in today's time. After Muhammad ﷺ returned to Medina, he not only continued to spread the message of Islam, but he also had to take care of the families of the Sahabas that died in the Battle of Uhud. So that was chapter 23 of Seerah with Salaah. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you soon inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Halima after birth, turned away by other witnesses who did not know his